Hi guys, welcome to a new video. So this is a little bit different because I don't usually do videos where I'm like in front of the camera, except I'll usually just see my hands and arms when I'm doing sketchbook tours, but yeah, this is something new. Also, I don't want to like show my whole face, so that's what the face mask is here for. What I want to do is Project Pan, but with my art supplies. So if you haven't heard of Project Pan, it's basically where people usually like they take all their or just a few of their skincare or makeup products and they use them up. The pan comes from like hitting the pan, like when you see the bottom of, for example, like a blush. But I want to do that for art supplies because I have so many art supplies. Over the years I've collected so many, and with some I tend to forget I even own them and they just sit here. And yeah, so the first thing I'm gonna be doing is get all of my art supplies, spread them all on the floor or on my bed or whatever, write them down, pick out some that I want to use up first, and then hopefully every month I'm going to do an update on which art supplies I've used up. I don't know how exactly I'm going to be approaching this yet because I don't know if I like save all the stuff I've used up in, I don't know, a box, because I don't think I have an empty box I could put this stuff into. Maybe I'll find one, or maybe I'll take like a plastic bag or something. Yeah, I'll be writing everything down. So, and like putting it in categories. Yeah, so let's start this. So, hi, this is me after I finished filming this video actually, but there is one thing that I'd like to add before this video like starts off. Actually two things, but one is like more important to me, is that you're gonna see like a lot of art supplies. I have a massive collection, and I've actually had more in the past, but I've already given away a lot of stuff. Most of the stuff I've given away was like cheap, more like children's quality, but still I used to have more, and this is not normal. This is not what should be normalized, to have these like really huge collections where it's like almost impossible for me to even use up. I think I'm just barely in like the section where I can still use up my stuff, and a reason for that, why I have so much, is because I am very fortunate. My family is very fortunate. We're in a good financial situation. We're not like super rich, but definitely above average. Like the price of your art supplies do not define the value of you, your art, your skill, your talent. That's just something I want to say, because like with the cheapest stuff you can make amazing, great art. So like I also like not everything I have is expensive stuff. For example, I have like this whole box of Crayola Super Tips and some other brush pens right next to me, and yeah, that's just something I wanted to say, because all over YouTube and other social media you see these people having massive art collections, or just collections of skincare, makeup, art supplies, so like crafting supplies. I don't know, like overconsumption is kind of being normalized, and that is something I want to change in my life, to not fall into the to not continue falling into this hole of overconsumption. I want to be more conscious about what I buy and what I use. So this is essentially me taking the first step, and I'm just kind of documenting it, also because I enjoy watching this type of videos. So the second thing I want to say is please tell me in the comments what you think about this video. I'm obviously still getting better at like talking in front of the camera when you can actually see me. So yeah, I'm also figuring out with like angles and how to film and all. But alright, now let's continue with whatever footage of me comes next. Okay, so the first thing I decided to look through is this box that was on top of my closet. This is the first that I'm going through, and honestly I don't want to show my own art unless I find something like really fucking cool. This is from art class, like, I don't know, last year I think. Okay, so I just found this notebook from years ago, and I know there's so many OC notes in here. Look. Well, this technically still has a lot of paper, like blank sheets. I'll be like tearing out the pages I've written on and like put them in a separate folder or something. So in here I have just a lot of lined paper from when I was in, not my current or like last previous school, because I'm graduating soon. I'm currently not going to school anymore, but like from the school before, just a lot of paper left. I think I'm gonna give this to my dad. He probably, or probably my brother, since he's still in school. I think he can use that a lot better than I. Right here we've just got a lot of little paper scraps, and when I've swatched my watercolors a few years ago. So I'm a certified marker paper hater. I haven't really found one that fits for me, but there are quite a few sheets left in here, so I will be using this up. It's not much. And then there's just random paper. Box number 1 is done. So now we are moving on to, I don't know. Okay, so excuse this little odd angle, but I have no idea how else to really film, because I have like my ring light attached to my desk, so yeah. Anyways, I am currently going through my drawers. I already did the first one. The second one I'm not bothering to really go through, because the main stuff is just stuff I glue into my sketchbooks, or like little bags, envelopes. It's not really art supplies I want to use up as far as I'm concerned, because I'm just slowly going through this as time goes by. So in here I have, yeah, this is also just sketchbook supplies, and then there's also my Copic refills. You can only see a little bit on here, we're getting low. Basically my button machine and all the stuff that you're like, oh no, that you need to make buttons. Here I just have my Copics, so I will be putting these out as well. Then here we have a dried out Copic. I will be trying to revive this one, so it goes into the Copic stash. Regarding these, I don't know yet, these are also like marker organizers. I think I'll put them on my desk. Maybe I can like put markers in there that I'm aiming to use up first. The side of my desk, all the drawers are empty, so now I'm going to be moving on to the other side. Problem, I am neurodivergent, so I tend to get obsessed over stuff, and for a period of time my main obsession was art supplies. And because I was watching all those videos, I didn't buy like everything I saw, but I was getting interested in some of the brands, and yeah, that kind of kickstarted me buying even more art supplies. And what also encouraged this was the fact that I was or still am in a Discord server where we would share our art supplies and what we recently bought and all, and I still do buy art supplies, but not as excessively as I used to. So throughout the last days I watched a lot of those Declutter With Me videos and also Project Pan videos, and most of them, like all of them, were just like skincare and
makeup, and while I do have a lot of skincare as well, I actually use what I have. I don't have this like big skincare collection like some other people. Like sometimes I see people, they have like 5 of these drawers full with whatever, and like you can never use that up in your entire life, and that's kind of what I think I have with art supply. Yeah, I am very guilty of overconsumption, as many people are nowadays, which obviously isn't the ideal case, but oh my god, do you remember these? I forgot I own this. Overconsumption is just so present nowadays, because you see all these influencers and their collections of everything, and like people getting, oh my god, look at this, it's a binder separated from the paint. My art supply collection is just a really big like proof of how bad overconsumption has been getting, because honestly I cannot justify this, and I'm not even gonna try, because I'm just being honest with myself and with you guys, just saying I have a problem. I want to put an end to this problem for multiple reasons. First, environmental factor, very obvious. Buying so much stuff and not ending up using it. Why? So I put more trash out in the world, more than I already produce. Like, I'm not the most environmentally conscious person. I want to at least do my part and prevent what I can. Yeah, and since, you know, I'm getting older, I need to be more responsible about myself and the stuff I have. And if my consumption continues this way as I get older, you know, because at some point I will be living by myself or with my boyfriend. I will be you know, having my own space that is not just one room. I will be having to buy other stuff like groceries, cleaning supplies, etc. Stuff that's not just for fun, let's say it like that, because let's face it, this is all just hobby stuff. This is for fun. I'm not doing art professionally at all. Like I don't know honestly how to word it, at a graphic design school. So that is something I needed art supplies for, but not all of this. This is mainly stuff I have just because I'm passionate about art and passionate about art supplies. Like, I know a lot about art supplies because I was so fixated on it. I know stuff about brands I've never bought before. So a thing a friend and I would sometimes say to each other to justify our excessive consumption was collecting and using are two separate hobbies. Seeing your usage of something and the act of buying it as two completely separate things is what led me to have this much, because oh yeah, owning it is nice, okay, sure, but what about actually using it? You know, since Project Pan originated from like the beauty or cosmetic or whatever community. I think it originated on TikTok. I don't know where it originated. Makeup and skincare, they have an expiration date. I don't think art supplies have that, as long as you you know, don't get any bad bacteria in there. For example, as long as you have like watercolor sets and you let them air dry properly, they won't mold. So for example, this I've had since the end of 2021, still perfectly usable. So yeah, art supplies don't really have like a date when they definitely aren't good to use anymore, but other stuff, they expire. Regardless, I want to use up my art supplies because I want to just be more limited with what I own. So actually all the stuff I have, so I can actually use it realistically, because this is so much. I realistically cannot use it like all of it regularly. So some of these stuff have been like sitting in my drawers for I don't know how long. And it's definitely it's time to use them, and also I can see what do I actually like, what do I not really have fun using. Is there anything I want to give away, or is there stuff that, like, for example, among my pens and pencils, there will definitely, okay, maybe not pens, but pencils, but like stuff that has ink in it. There will be pens that have dried out by now. I will not be swatching every single supply for this.
A little update. So the last bit I recorded was just like a handful of minutes ago. I gave it some more thought and decided that going through like exactly everything and writing down exactly everything isn't of like, I think it will just exhaust me for tonight, and I am not planning on doing an all-nighter because I'm going grocery shopping with my dad and my aunt tomorrow morning. Like what I want to do, I will be taking note of exactly the supplies I want to use up for the month of June. So here we have this little Luigi's Mansion 3. I've never played the game. I've never played the Luigi's Mansion game, but I will be noting down the art supplies that I want to use up for this month. One of the reasons I decided it's just easier to pick out a few things is first, so I can get like a slow start, and second, I'm not counting all that. Where's the logic in taking literally everything out of this and trying to use these up, especially because these are like pencils I'm not aiming to use up quickly because I know I like them. And I also have like a second organizer of this type on my desk where I keep the stuff that I use regularly. Then I have these how do you pronounce them? Fudenosuke, whatever. No. These in neon colors. I got these on a discount like 3 years ago, I think, and the term 3 years ago, I barely used these. They're going here. These are the first ones. Alright, now moving on, I have more ballpoint pens, and these are like really cute. Like this one has Miffy on top of it, and this one it's a little kitty, and like a part of me thinks, oh yeah, these are so cute, I want to keep them, but another part of me is like, I'm not using them, so I'm giving them to my dad. My dad, he does like a lot of Sudokus, so he can use those better. Then here I have another Fudenosuke, and I used to use these a lot. Like you can see that the tip is a little used up already. So this is also kind of on its last leg, so I'm putting it here. I also have no idea how I'm sectioning these. Another ballpoint pen goes to my dad. Pencil goes to my dad. Some more pencils, and I usually just use the mechanical pencils, but I'm going to use these up as well. So another thing is that I'm going on vacation to Italy in like 2 weeks. At the point of me uploading this, it's going to be exactly 2 weeks if I end up uploading this exactly on the 1st of June, which I do hope. But on the 15th June I am going on vacation to Italy, so whatever I'm picking out here is also what's going with me. Alright, then here we have some, I have so many of these. These are Caran d'Ache erasable sketching pencils, so I will be putting them here as well. I really like them, so I'm gonna have to, oh my god, I forgot I wanted to write down the stuff. Okay, done. Now next we have yeah, these are like their own section. These are like blending pencils and an eraser pencil. I don't really use these often, but yeah, I used to really like these, and because I like them, I got them from another brand as well. I think these are Caran d'Ache. Like they don't, I doubt they still have these because they have at some point they started selling just a pencil version of them, so I'm pretty sure they don't have like these entire ones, which is a bummer. But yeah, I have 2 of these. Then I have 2 of these Derwent burnishers. I don't know how exactly to use them, but I will be figuring it out. Then this Faber-Castell. It's a double-sided eraser. And this is a Derwent blender. So I will be writing these down real quick and then I'm putting them over here. And obviously not all of the art supplies I'm picking out for this month is what I will be using up this month. So whatever like I don't use up in that time, I will be transferring like to the next month. Now here I have some watercolor pencils. These are by the brand Giotto. I got these when I went to Italy for the first time in 2022. Now moving on, I found another eraser pencil and some more pencils. These are just two from Caran d'Ache. And then these are from Koh-i-Noor. The magic ones, like they have different colors in the tips. I used to love these, like to use them in a sketchbook, but at some point I kind of stopped. So yeah, they'll just go in a separate section. Now I am going through this little organizer. More of these. I don't know what was going on like in my brain back then. I think I was like 15, no, I was 14. Like these are pretty cool. They're the Color Eno from Pilot, and I don't know why I had to buy the entire mechanical pencil when I could have just bought the refills. Like for example, right here I have the pink ones. I bought each of the color in the pencil, like the mechanical pencils, and each of the refills without even thinking about if I want to use this color for sketching. I give them to my dad as well. No, actually my mom can use these for work. All the mechanical pencils I've put in here, I am taking them out. I am giving them to my mom for work. And actually, so I already got bought my pens to my dad a while ago, so I will be giving these to my mom as well. Did not consider that, so this is I'm giving this to my mom. Till now, more. I'm so disappointed in myself for having this many. These are not even all of them. I have more on my desk, like the ones I regularly use. I have a lot of these pens with like the really cute designs, and when I say a lot, I'm not even counting these. Alright. I will be picking some of these out that I'll be keeping, and the others I'm giving to my mom. She can definitely use them better than I do, because I just don't write much and I have so many inks and fountain pens, and I'm pretty sure I can just use those for writing instead of all these pens. But I became a victim to stationery pal, let's just say it like that. Alright, so far this is everything I've got for my mom. Another ballpoint pen for my dad. Another thing I want to do is like switch to art supplies that can be refilled, you know. But anyways, a couple of gel pens. These are from Pentel. They have like two colors, so the glitter and the ink has two different colors. So depending on if you use them on white paper or darker paper or colored paper, they appear in different shades, which is really cool. I have kind of all of the colors. I don't use these often anymore, so I will be putting them in with the Project Pen stuff. My goal isn't necessarily to use them up quickly, but I want to use them more and see how much I like them and if I want to repurchase them in the future. Then I've got 4 more gel pens, and these I want to use up, so they're going here as well. I also found another one of these. I've got these Caran d'Ache crayons. They're water soluble, and I've used them so little, so I want to use them here as well to encourage myself to actually use them, and maybe I'll figure out that I like them a lot. 2 more things, categories, whatever. These white gel pens and these 2. So we're done with this organizer. Now we have these. These are just some cheap watercolor or like water-based markers. They're not really good, but I want to use them up. And so far we've already got a pretty good accumulation of supplies to use this month. Like, this is obviously not everything I've been using. I'm not limiting myself to this, but I will be putting a focus on this, especially for like silly sketchbook pages, like not where I'm doing serious art. Now I want to get, I think I'm gonna choose like 2 or 3 inks, like of different categories, that I will be trying to use up this month. Okay, so here are some of the inks I've chosen. First we have this one from Besna. Yeah, it's just their house brand of ink. This is metallic graphite. Sounds interesting. I've actually used this one before. I didn't like it that much, using it with like a dip pen, but I will be using this with a brush, coloring like bigger spaces with it. Then we've got this like glitter fluid. It's not really ink, but I'll be mixing it with watercolors and inks. Then here we have this little bottle of ink. This came with one of my glass pens, and then here we have another little bottle of ink. This also came with like one of the dip pens I bought, so yeah. And then here we've also got my bag of sample sizes. So I will be choosing, I have 4 of these, so I think I'll be taking 2 of these. Number 1 is Purple Bow from Diamine, that's what the brand is called. Okay, I'm pretty sure all my sample sizes are Diamine except these ones. These, I have a bunch of these. These came with my glass pens, but the next one is Pink Ice from Diamine. I think these are from Inkvent 2021 or 2022. I don't remember exactly. You know what? We're gonna take a third one, the red one that came with my glass pens. Okay, so these are the inks I'm gonna be using. I actually wanted to also choose an ink that I can put into one of my fountain pens. I actually think this one should do fine in a fountain pen. Next, I'm going to choose a set of watercolors. I've chosen 2 sets of watercolors. These are like pink purple shades metallic glitter, and then we also have this set. It's a children's set. I think it was like €1, but it's the quality is so good. Like, I'm not kidding. They somewhat behave like professional or artist grade watercolors, which is great. And I also think this will be this will come in handy. Oh no, I touched it. I don't like touching the colors directly, but I'm pretty sure this will come in handy when I'm going on vacation. Okay, so this is actually something I've been trying to use up for years, which are some alcohol markers. These didn't like come with this box. I just put them in here. These are just random ones I've accumulated. I will be adding these as well. You know what? I should also choose a paper. What paper am I gonna use this month? Like, most of the time I draw on my sketchbook directly. Sometimes I draw on separate paper to glue it in to make like fun collages. And there's like one main paper I've been using for that. But I should be using up my others as well. So I'm thinking about doing this one, but I hate marker paper, and also I'm gonna be on vacation, so there's 8 sheets of paper left in here. So this is going to be added to Project Pen as well. And since it's not a lot and I can use this up with just random doodles, I will not be like doing finished art on these, but just using it for doodles to glue in my sketchbook. I'm adding another paper, this one. I probably will be cutting the pages up with either scissors or like a paper cutter, and so it's like more handy, so I can put them like in a little folder. But yeah, this is I think all I'm going to focus on using app. I'm gonna be adding like photos of all the stuff I've taken out of the drawers right now, so you can get a little bit of a view of what I've got here. And yeah, just like a little recap. I know we just went through everything. I am project panning in the month of June and like the last few days of May, but come on, those don't count. It's currently the 29th, so 2 more days to add up. Come on. First are these watercolor pencils and some random colored pencils, the burnishers, blenders, eraser pencils, etc. Some pencils, the erasable blue ones, then the Fudenosuke neon ones, and the black one that's already like about to be finished. Like the last time I used it, it was already streaky, so this is not gonna be hard. Then these 2 pens. Then here we've got some of these water-soluble crayons, all sorts of gel pens, metallic pens and stuff, and these few color pencils, paper, these markers for bigger bottles of ink, and 2 sample sizes and a tiny one, and this watercolor set, these watercolors, and these brush markers. I don't know exactly how I'm going to store the empty ones because I definitely want to go through those in like the monthly updates. So basically how this will continue is like every now and then. I don't think, honestly, while I do like the sound of monthly updates, I know myself, I will probably not do it regularly, but every few weeks I will try to make like little update videos on what I've used up and what I'm adding to like all of this, because I have so many more art supplies, as you've already seen. So outro. I'm still kind of figuring out how I want to approach all of this, like this type of video. Definitely tell me down below in the comments what you think of this, and if there's maybe something you'd like to see other than sketchbook tours, maybe stuff that's not like completely art like related, but still like, you know, not stuff of me showing my art or drawing, but you know, something more like this. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I have 2 more sketchbook tours coming up soon, hopefully. And yeah, we will see each other again at some point, because my upload schedule is a randomizer, let's be honest. But thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.